any girl that's hot is just trying to use men for profit. They've realized it's like the easiest way to do it. You know, this whole thing is just a facade. It's just a show that these girls are putting on for profit. Like, hot women are trying to get men for profit. You've got to become one of those guys who realizes that, shifts it all to the side and said it's all smoke and mirrors. You know, and the real women are out there in the world. Alright guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to be talking about how hot girls, hot women are using you for profit or using you for money. Now, I'm not talking about gold diggers. I'm not talking about, you know, anybody who's trying to find a rich 70-year-old man, take his money, marry him, take his money and then leave, you know, when he's deceased. I'm talking about something a lot deeper that's happening every single day, but all of us are ignoring it. We're not seeing it. And it's related to NoFap and the importance of no porn, the importance of not really thirsting after women, not really chasing women, but focusing on yourself, improving yourself in so many different areas of life so that you can forget about the whole pursuit of women and you're not putting them up on a pedestal. And I want to start this video by saying this isn't a poor reflection on women. I don't think we should blame women at all when we talk about this issue, because I don't think women are doing anything wrong. A lot of people know that the greatest strength a woman has is her sexuality and her youth. You know, if you get a beautiful woman, walks into a room, tight silk red dress on, with a bit of cleavage, every single guy is turning his head and having a look at some point. You know, even the guy who thinks he's the biggest alpha male in the room, he's going to sit there, he's going to have a conversation with his boys, and then occasionally he might just grab his drink and just have a little look. You know, he's going to do it on the sly, but he's going to have a look like everybody else. Or when he gets up to go to the toilet, you know, he's going to have a little glance. And women know this, and you know, they know that they can use this to their advantage for profit. So that's why I'm saying this isn't a poor reflection on women. Like, I'm not pointing to women saying they're the problem. I'm saying that we're the problem in this scenario, and that we let it happen because we can't control basic needs like sexual energy. You know, we can't transmutate that energy and say, I'm not going to masturbate. I'm not going to watch porn. I'm not going to thirst after women and look at Instagram photos all day, which we'll get to in a minute. I'm going to, you know, every time I get an excess bit, every time I feel horny, it just means that I've got excess energy and I need to use it. So I'll go to the gym. I'll go for a run. I'll put it into a business. I'll go out on the street and actually approach 20 women in a row or something and just see if that can just get rid of that energy or make me feel better, or just use it in a better way than just, you know, sat in front of a computer screen or your phone and just flicking through women and just saying, oh, she's gorgeous, she's this, she's that. And I'll tell you why, because as the title of the video says, hot girls are using you for profit. And you need to come to terms with this, guys, because it's not, I wouldn't say sickening, but it's quite sad. You know, deep down for yourself, it's quite sad when you realize this. You're like, shit, everything is set up for women to use their greatest advantage against you as men. And like I said, it's not women to blame. Women are getting theirs. You know, women are getting theirs by being like, look how sexy I am. Follow me, support me, fund me, whatever it might be. This isn't all women, but the hottest women are doing this. And guys are falling for it, man after man after man after man. And we've only got ourselves to blame. Like I said, we can do other shit. So the things that I wrote down included things like strip clubs, okay? So guys might go in, they might spend a couple hundred in a night, you know, if they're a baller, a couple thousand. You know, those women pretend to be interested in you. If anybody's ever been into one, you'll know that they're, you know, you could be a fat, old, bold, 5 foot nothing man, and she'll look at you like you're Chris Hemsworth. And this is the problem, okay? So many guys will get wrapped up in that, and they'll be like, okay, here's another 200 quid. Oh, I think she likes me. She likes my personality. She's coming on to me. She's playing a role. She's playing a game in order to get all the money, you know, all the money that you have. Like I said, she's playing a game of hot girl, wants money. You're just playing right into her hands. It's so easy. The second one is stuff like OnlyFans. So, and we'll go through them all and then I'll wrap it up at the end and I'll show you what I mean. So we've got stuff like OnlyFans where girls are creating these accounts, and then, you know, so many guys are funding them and they're funding their lives, and these girls are going, look, I'm hot, follow me, I'll do stuff on screen, whatever, I don't care. They don't really know who these guys are, who their names are, whatever. They don't really care too much, but they're cashing in on like 10, 15, 20,000 a month, and their lives are getting better, but your life is getting worse. You know, you're just masturbating, you're watching this fantasy girl who is a virtual reality girlfriend that you're not actually around, and you're just spending all this money all the time and you're getting nothing in return, whereas her life is going through the roof. Again, another example of a hot girl using you for profit. So the next one, and I think a lot of us know this, is Instagram. And social media in general, but Instagram especially. So all you have to do is go on Instagram on the explore page and scroll for like 2 minutes. You'll come across a woman who is probably 9 and above, you know, somebody who's maybe a 10. And she's got all these provocative photos of her in swimming costume, underwear, you know, striking certain poses. You got to remember, guys, these aren't natural. We all know this, but we forget it. It's weird. We know it, but we don't know it consciously at the moment we're looking at it. Is you got to think, she's got ready for that day. She's bought clothes just for that day. She's gone out and had a photo shoot with her friend just for that one day so that she can take certain photos and then show, you know, put them on social media so that loads of guys will follow her. And the reason being is that the more followers she has, the more money she can ask for from brands and stuff like that. Like the more clout it gives her. Like if she has 1 million followers, Drake will date her. You see what I mean? She's using all of us. She's using all of us like normal daily guys, and she'll have like maybe, let's say, out of the men, if she got 1 million followers, maybe like 6, maybe you'd hope they're real, right? But maybe 600,000-700,000 followers, and then she's sleeping with the superstars that she actually wants to be with. So everybody's following her. She's following LeBron James. Like this is the nature of the game, and you're just feeding her life. You're just making her life better by following her and looking at her pictures, and she's not really there. You know, again, you're just funding this woman's life for profit. It's the same with things like escorts. It's definitely the same with porn, because these girls are actresses. You know, they're pretending to, I'm sure some of them do get pleasure, but they're pretending to act on a screen. You know, they're doing all these sexual acts. And, you know, you're watching it thinking the best thing ever. If you just stop for 2 seconds and think to yourself, this isn't real. You know, she's an actress. That's what she's doing. She's doing this because she's getting paid to do it. You know, and by you watching, you're funding her career. And what for? Just a little bit of pleasure, which is actually a huge detriment to your life. Because you're with masturbation and porn, whatever, you're going to be more anxious, more depressed. Your life's not going to be as good as it was before. You know, just so many things. If you look into porn, that'll be a different video we can do. But if you look into like your brain on porn, like the TED Talk, guys' lives just do that. They just nosedive. Same with masturbation. And it's the same with actresses in general in Hollywood. You know, they're not, what did I put there? Yeah, so actresses in Hollywood, they're looking as attractive as they possibly can be. You know, the most attractive ones get hired for these great roles. They do a slow motion shot of her coming out of a pool in a bikini or something in a film. And you're watching it going, oh, I love that actress. She's so hot. You're watching her film. You're getting her page. You're boosting her credibility. You know, her audience is going up because you think she's hot. You're following her. You're looking at her. You're searching her. You know, every time you do that, you're funding her career, her life. And here's the fucker in all of this, guys, is that you actually get nothing in return. You get nothing in return. So they're kind of giving it all to you, but then they're not giving it to you, if that makes sense. You know, they're showing you the photos, they're teasing you. That's all it is. It's a massive cock tease. So I see a lot of girls now, they'll have like, it's very clever. It's sales funnel 101. So they'll have an Instagram page and other pages, whatever, maybe Twitter, whatever, but an Instagram page. They'll build that up to like 300,000 followers, and then they'll say around about something like 6 months into a year, you know, I think it's because OnlyFans and stuff came out later, but a lot of these girls are like, hey, if you want to see more, if you actually want to see me naked, check me out on OnlyFans. And you think to yourself, that's such a smart sales funnel, you know, they've built up this traffic and then they use it to their advantage. You know, I keep seeing all the time on Instagram that there's women that are starting businesses. Like everybody now is a CEO of their own brand, right? Whether it's like, oh, I've got my own lingerie brand, my underwear brand, whatever. You know, so many women are doing this now. And they're only able to do that because you followed them. First of all, they started off, they're hot. They take photos. You think they're hot. You follow them. You masturbate to them, whatever. You share the pictures to your friends. You all follow them. Oh, she's so hot. She's amazing. Then what happens on the other side of that is because she's got so many new followers, she's getting brand deals, she's getting sponsors, she's getting, you know, all this money coming in from nowhere. she's then dating multimillionaires and billionaires and stuff because she's got so many followers. She's easier to find because of you guys. And then some prince in Dubai pays her 50,000 for a night just for sex, just for one night. You know, or she goes on a date with somebody like a Drake or, you know, someone like that. And she picks up, you know, maybe he just gives her a 10K stack just to go shopping with. And she's raised all this money because of you guys, which is the root cause. And then she's able to, you know, start a business off the back of it. So it's like you, as a man, you have to grind all your life to get to the top. She can just be hot and build a business off the back of it because men are willing to follow the woman. You know, apart from the fitness girls, I think if a woman is just hot and she takes pictures, I think probably 90% of her followers, maybe 85% of her followers are men. And that's a real problem. That's a real problem. You know, you just think of all these different areas of life. Like, honestly, guys, the next time you get a bit of spare time, just look through it. Just go on little platforms like Reddit. Just go on Instagram. Just go on Twitter. What could be another one? Just I don't know. I don't know if you can go on stuff like OnlyFans. I've never been on, but if you can go on platforms like that for free, if you can find stuff like that, and just see how the whole system is built from a business point of view. It's a really interesting kind of case study. I've been doing it on Instagram lately, and just seeing how these girls kind of sales funnel people down is really clever. And the whole system is built like any girl that's hot is just trying to use men for profit. They've realized it's like the easiest way to do it. And every one of us guys are just suckers to it, because whether you don't fall into that trap or not, you might even just stop and look at the picture and be like, nice. But then you have to stop yourself and be like, what's the purpose of that? You know, why has that happened? Why has she done that? How much effort has gone into taking 6 pictures for the day and then choosing the best 2 to upload to Instagram? So it's like the best 2 of 400 pictures, you know, and she's tried so hard. She's done makeup for 3 hours. She's bought all these clothes, whatever, to fund this lifestyle that you guys are funding by just going follow, like, you know, all of that shit, sharing to your friends. Now she's got 2 supporters. And all that happens, guys, like I said, is the woman gets more profit, because as soon as like a girl finishes an OnlyFans, I don't know, like let's say 2-hour session or something, she'll come off and, you know, she'll forget about the guys that are on there. She's got all her money, right? 2,000, fantastic. She'll look straight over her phone and she'll be like, oh, that guy that I actually like hasn't replied. He hasn't texted me back, you know, or, oh, I'm going to go on a date and I'm going to invite Mike Rand with the big dick who's, you know, mega rich and has his life sorted. Like, she's not worried about those guys that just masturbated and got off to her, who have got pretty shit lives, who aren't really pushing forward like an outlier male should, and they're in the trap. They've been caught in that fly trap. Whereas the guy who I'm trying to get you guys to be, the outlier male who sees through all that and goes, she's putting on a show. That's what she is. She's a thirst trap. She's putting on a show for profit for the guys who aren't, you know, they're not first men up here. They've been caught. And the guy who's not in that boat is then dating the girl that 4,000 guys just masturbated to on OnlyFans. And it all stems from the, like I say, it all comes from the Instagram. That's where it all stems from. It comes from these social media platforms. And they'll reply to every comment and they'll be like, hey, check out my OnlyFans. Like, it's an entire business. They're just milking men for all the profit that they can get. That's what they're doing. It's just hot women just milking men for profit. And, you know, like I said, it's not their fault. I think it's a great business strategy. I actually encourage more women to do it, because I think they're making 20, 30,000 a month. It's better than being sat at a desk, you know, getting hit on by all the fucking guys in the office. It's probably way better, you know, and they're earning 3 times more than a doctor just doing that every day. And you think, God, that's so easy, and just get your money while you're young. I don't blame them. I just blame like us men for following them, and we fund it. It's like football. Everyone says footballers get paid too much, or sports athletes get paid too much. All they do is they throw a ball in a hoop. All they do is they kick a ball in a net. Just grab the remote, turn it off. You're no longer funding it. You know, if everybody in the world stopped watching sports players wouldn't exist. They'd get all they would, but they'd have to play for free because there'd be no money in it. It'd be the WNBA, the Women's Basketball League, you know, which I will do a video on soon on gender equality or gender pay gap, like why it exists in sport, because it's so obvious why it exists, but nobody really talks about it. And as you guys know, I like to talk about all these issues. Hence the last video about different cultures and races, which the responses were amazing, guys. Like, I just can't believe the responses were like that. Unbelievable. So thank you for that. I think what we're building here is a safe community where all of us guys can just talk about shit and we don't get judged. and we can just stay in our little micro bubble. There might be millions of us in the future, but we can just stay in our micro bubble on the streaming platform, because I'm sure at some point somebody's gonna have a problem with us being on YouTube, being on Instagram, whatever. Those platforms are owned by somebody else, whatever. We'll have our own streaming platform. We can all be there. We can do videos like this. We can all, help each other as a community. I don't see, people watching this video as followers or my fans. I hate that shit. I'm not Justin Bieber or Jesus. I just see me as the guy who just started a community that all of us can be a part of. And I'm a fan of First Man. Like, I'm a part of the community. I'm still improving. I need to get in better shape. I need to improve my posture. I've got a slight dip in my back from years and years of, sitting down over the years of just like working on stuff and whatever. So many different areas in my life. I want to earn way more money than I am right now. I want to get the streaming platform going. My shirts are arriving in a couple of days. All of us can push this forward. But like I said at the start, guys, one of the big obstacles and the purpose of this video is just being trapped by women, just like hot women. It's just a complete distraction. And, all these women that you're looking at on Instagram, OnlyFans, all these other platforms, you're never going to get them through the screen. Like, it's impossible to get them. It's just a giant waste of time. The only person that's benefiting from this interaction, probably the platform that they're on, but mainly is the woman. The hot woman is getting richer. Like I said, her power is going higher. She's getting more fans. She's getting more brands coming in. Like, you're just helping. You're just funding her lifestyle while yours is going like that, and you're getting further and further away from her every day. So, I'll fuck this woman one day. But all that's happening is this. You're just growing further apart because you're masturbating. She's making more money. Like, you're just going off in different directions. If you want to move parallel to these types of women, turn off the Instagram, the Twitter, the YouTube, whatever it might be when it comes to hot women, OnlyFans, whatever. If you're into that shit, porn, masturbation, just get rid of it all. Just get rid of it and start approaching real women. And if you're not into approaching women, like I said, go and work on yourself so that, work on yourself until you're at a point where what you want chases you. So like, don't chase what you want, go and work on yourself until what you want chases you. Once you do that, life just falls on your lap. And those are like I said, I don't think there's anything more sad, guys, and I'll end on this note of, like, let's say you pick up your phone, you go on Instagram, you find a hot girl, you're looking at her every day. Everyone finds their perfect woman at some point. It's, I'd love to be with this girl. She's got an OnlyFans. Okay, I'll sign up. Yeah, okay. You're watching her every night, you're masturbating, whatever. She's like your virtual girlfriend. And then you find out she has a boyfriend. And it's some guy who is successful, maybe not that good looking, but in great shape. And you're like, fuck, do you know what? I could do that. I could easily make, 5-10 million over the rest of my life. Like, I'm a smart guy. And then you think, I could easily get in shape. Like, I've got pretty good DNA, or I've got spare time. Like, why was I not doing that? And then you look at this guy's story, like his transformation story. Oh, at 22, he was a skinny, nerdy geek who was broke, living with his mum. Now he's like 32 years old, multi-millionaire, best body ever. He's got a whole brand built around it, or whatever, and he's dating your dream girl. I just think, imagine being that guy behind the screen that's always masturbating, thinking that, she's leading you on and you don't click. Your brain never says at any point, shit, I know what's going on here. This whole thing is just a facade. It's just a show that these girls are putting on for profit. Like, hot women are trying to get men for profit. And like I said, I don't blame them, but you've got to become one of those guys who realizes that, shifts it all to the side and said it's all smoke and mirrors, and the real women are out there in the world. If I really want sex, I'll go to a club, I'll go to, I'll just walk around the street and I'll just start approaching women, or I'll do some serious shit with my life where women start wanting me. And I just think that those two paths are so different, but you have to realize that this entire system is just built on women trying to get profit from men.